The legal foundation of condonation fee derives from paragraph 550 of the Punjab Colonies Manual 1933. Its core objective is clear. When the government allots land for a specific purpose, whether agricultural or otherwise, to an eligible person and subsequently grants ownership rights pata malkiat upon fulfillment of conditions, the allottee remains bound not to alter the land's character against its intended governmental use. However, if the allottee later changes the land use, it constitutes a breach of condition. To avoid unnecessary litigation and to secure its due royalty, the government, through a policy letter wide correction slip number 98 CM dated 2nd August 1988, issued by the Board of Revenue Punjab Lahore, introduced a slab-based framework for the calculation of condonation fee. These slabs were determined with reference to the date of issuance of pata malkiat and the date of land use change, with specific percentage rates prescribed. For housing schemes, up to 30% of land reserved for public welfare purposes, such as roads, parks, and hospitals, exempt from condonation fee. Likewise, lands granted pata malkiat prior to 17th December 1954, before the merger of Bahawalpur state, as well as evacuee properties, remain outside the scope of this fee. The issue of proposal, assessment, and approval. The practical challenge lies in the proposal, assessment, and approval stage. The process begins with the patwari who, citing average sale prices, potential value, and market trends, proposes figures often far above the official schedule rates. The Gurdwar further increases these figures. The revenue officer then adds his share, followed by the assistant commissioner, who again escalates the amount. When the matter reaches the district price assessment committee, it is subjected to yet another upward revision. Ultimately, when placed before the commissioner, the Divisional Price Assessment Committee also raises the figures before granting approval. As a result, the assessed rates become excessive, often far higher than the schedule rates earlier approved by the district collector. This situation places the matter beyond the financial capacity of landowners, rendering the process ineffective. Thus, what could have been a major source of government revenue, greater even than registration fees, has been undermined by unchecked bureaucratic powers. Suggested reform. It is suggested that once the schedule rates, already finalized by the district collector for the same property, after due county consultation with officers from Patwari up to the additional Deputy Commissioner Revenue, have been duly approved, there is no justification for subjecting landowners to further layers of inflated assessment. It must also be emphasized that the purpose of constituting the Price Assessment Committee was solely to address cases where the valuation of property was uncertain or altogether absent, where the value of land already stands determined in accordance with the duly approved government schedule. There is no rationale for undertaking any fresh or additional assessment. If the condonation fee were collected strictly in accordance with the prescribed slabs at the time of registration of mutation registry in Tikal, as was the established practice in earlier years, the outcome would be twofold. One, the government would secure substantial revenue running into billions of rupees, far surpassing receipts from registration fees alone. And two, the general public would be relieved from undue hardships, arbitrary practices, and the excessive burdens caused by bureaucratic overreach. Adopting this approach would not only streamline the system but also ensure fairness, transparency, and significant revenue growth without subjecting citizens to unnecessary oppression. For both public relief and government interest, it is strongly recommended that the levy of condonation fee be confined strictly to these approved schedule rates and collected alongside registration fees. This policy would simplify compliance, restore fairness, and generate substantial and reliable revenue for the government, inshallah.